I'm going to be super honest with you. Recently I've been thinking about quitting YouTube. I don't enjoy the content that I create that much anymore. The robotic tutorials, the really technical stuff, I think I've done enough of that. So I've decided, instead of quitting YouTube, to create content that I actually want to create. Content that will make me proud. So because of that, today I want to do like a mini review of a pair of speakers that really blew me away. And I want to talk a bit about the changes that I want to make. I've had the ATCs for a really long time. I love them to death. They are incredible speakers. But since knowing about the fact that I'll be moving from the home studio to this new place, and because this new place is going to be a much larger room, the room here is almost double the size that I had at home. I felt the need to get speakers that are a bit more capable of delivering high SPL, more bass, more power. So I've decided to reach out to Eve Audio. They are my friends for a really long time, and I got myself a pair of 2070. So since my relationship with Eve Audio is pretty great, and I've been testing their speakers out all throughout the years. I think the first pair was the 208 that I have a review on here on YouTube. After that I went to the three-way, the 3070. This is the 2070, and to be honest, I wasn't expecting much from this little speaker. I think the cabinet size is really similar to the other Eve speakers in this range, but what's different about this speaker is the ribbon tweeter. This ribbon tweeter is much larger than what Eve Audio is putting on their other speakers. I'm not going to go really deep into the technical stuff, but since this tweeter is much larger, the crossover is, I think, at 1.8. So this tweeter covers a good chunk of the mid-range. This woofer is now allowed to breathe, and the low end on this is just amazing. For 2 months, I've just unplugged the ATCs and worked just on the Eves, and that was happening in the home studio. Right there and then something clicked with me. I said, if I am able to work on a budget speaker, this is not entry level in any way, but this is a budget speaker. I think the price is 1,000 euro per piece, so 2,000 euros for a pair. But that made me think that when I will move studios, if I will feel the need more SPL, more power, more bass, then Eve Audio is a good option for me. The next step for me is to sell the ATCs and get a pair of mains. That's going to happen really, really soon. I think next week or something like that, a pair of 3010s will be here in the studio, and I will be replacing the ATCs. I know that a lot of you guys will say that this is a step down. On some points I agree, because the ATCs are just top notch, but for what I need, for the genres that I work with, urban stuff, modern stuff, pop, I think having a full range speaker is a bit more important. And also, people are coming to my studio. To be honest, the ATCs are not the monitors that are impressing. Not in volume, because they are not filling the room. They are not that impressive in terms of SPL and how the room feels when you play the ATCs loud. I need to impress some people. It's a compromise that I have to make, and it's a conscious decision. with bigger speakers come bigger problems in a way, but I also have the Nova that I'm using to correct the room, and I have no doubt that the new main speakers from Eve will be amazing. Now back to the little brother. Like I've said, I've worked 2 months on the speakers exclusively. When I got here, my colleagues listened to the speakers, and unfortunately for me, they wanted the Eves for themselves. And since I already had ATCs, I had to give them away. All the people that listened to this speaker were impressed. It's something special about this specific model from Eve. If you get the chance, listen to it, and you'll see what I'm talking about. There is something special about the tweeter. There is something special about the crossover. There is something special about this woofer, the silver cone woofer, when it's not playing a lot of the mid-range, because the load is just a bit less heavy because of the tweeter. On the back of the speaker we have the bass port, the connection, we have balanced and unbalanced. We have options for the filter, and I haven't talked about that yet. This speaker is DSP powered. That means it has some brains. You can make a lot of adjustments with this knob in the front. Eve is known for this knob. You can control the EQ, you can control the filters right from the front knob, which is a great feature. Now, to end off the video, I am really excited for what's going to happen here in the studio with the big Eves that are coming. I will have, as usual, a full review on those as soon as possible after getting used to them, but I'm so excited about the future of the channel here on YouTube and the future of this studio and about my future. I hope that you enjoyed this impromptu review of the speaker. Thanks for the support, and see you guys really soon. Cheers.